What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex, and in this video, I want to look at another Life is Strange double exposure leak and discuss how valid or how, possible it actually is to coming true. Now, we did this once before for a leak that maybe came from like a time traveler themselves, where they talked about Life is Strange True Colors, right? This was right before, I think, the live stream where they unveiled True Colors. They did that, and they also talked about Life is Strange 4, right? And they got a lot right. Very much makes me believe that was true. This one, 4chan, right? Odds of it being true, probably like 20-80, right? Like normally 4chan immediately makes it more not true than actually true. But still, there's 3 different posts here. And people are a little confused. And I mean, I'm a little confused as well. But people aren't really sure if they come from the same person or not. The first one is one that I really want to be true, and I also think it's very possible. The other ones are kind of iffy. I want to read, all 3 of them, and we'll get to the bottom of it together. Okay, so I saw this from Amy over on Twitter, so thank you for spreading the good word. And again, some discussion of like, is it actually true in the first place? Chloe is going to be treated as a maybe, maybe not for the entire marketing phase. I know, effing stupid idea. But yes, if you choose Bae, she will be a constant presence via phone calls, texts, etc., with an in-person appearance towards the end with a kiss, a proper one. Certain people want her to be less involved, but others who have been here since the start want a definitive payoff. Then the next one is the black guy's girlfriend is Amanda. There's only 2 romance options. One is Safi, the other is Chloe. If Chloe is alive, Max is already in an ongoing relationship with her. Same day, different time that they were posted, by the way. Also, the last one, same day, different time. Obviously, choose Bae, Arcadia Bae, at the start, and she's dead. Max is much more traumatized in the storyline. Nightmares, not unlike Chloe's in Before the Storm. She actively regrets her choice. Okay, so the first one I want to be true. The third one I want to be true. The second one I just don't think is true in the first place, right? Like, I don't know if Safi is actually romanceable. Is that a word? A romanceable person in this game. Doesn't seem like it. And also the rest of it just doesn't seem true either. But the first and third, and I mean, I do want to go third first. We'll go the third one first. The nightmare thing sounds actually like what we already started to see. Now, I believe this was posted before that, which adds a little bit of truth to it. Now, to be fair, can anybody just make up a rumor where, if you don't choose Chloe and she dies and you're bringing Max back, can anybody with like a creative mind come up with an idea that says, hey, Max is going to experience flashbacks, Max is going to experience nightmares and, things like that? I mean, I think that's something that many of us probably want, is it not? You can let me know in the comments. But so it being in a leak, right, quote unquote leak, doesn't make it true. And even if it does happen, doesn't mean this leak is true, right? It could just mean somebody, put the dots together and just has a creative mind. But I will say, again, like, you look at the only thing we still have up until this point, right, in that gameplay, and she clearly, to me, is going to be traumatized from the first game, especially as the powers start to kick in. Especially, I think, now this is what's not shown, okay, this is just my theory, as the game goes and as whatever is actually happening is going to start happening. So you think to like a world event, like a natural event, right? I think something like that is going to happen. And again, it'll just be different. I think Max is going to be very, very aware of it and also be traumatized with what happened in the first game. And we already, again, as I say in all of these videos, you already have the line when she passes out after the shot of the owl, where I think that's her and Chloe at the in 5 when they're speaking. So is there a situation where you can just take that, expand it, and say, is she traumatized? Is she having is that a nightmare? Is that a flashback? Is that PTSD? Is it really kind of neither, right? Like, but I think something like that is going to be present in this game. Would I like nightmares of her choosing one or the other? As I've said before, like, I don't need the trauma to like define her, right? So I don't need her 10 years later, whatever this is. I don't need an actual point of the story to be her waking up every night, like panicking where she like is reliving the events of one. I don't really think I'd want that from her, to be honest with you, because like, while the ending of 1 is sad and it's tragic and it's all that stuff, like, I think she does it with a lot of strength, and I think, and a lot of it's done without words, right? Like in the ending of Life is Strange, if she chooses to kill Chloe or to save Arcadia Bay but kill Chloe, that entire ending is really done without her even speaking. And yeah, she's very visibly sad, but I also get the side of things that she's very strong. She knows, she's aware, and she's not happy about it, but she's willing to do it to protect Arcadia Bay. So to have 10 years later or 5 years, whatever it might be, right? To have her waking up so I wouldn't really want that. That would be kind of my response to that. Is like, I think she's stronger than that. Not to say, you're not strong if that happens. Like, things can be real, right? But no, I feel like they've already shown her to be capable of almost handling it. Now, as to the first one, it could just be like a Chloe stan here, but I mean, yeah, I am all for Chloe kind of appearing, throughout the game. And honestly, if you're gonna choose in the beginning if Chloe is alive or dead, like, to be real, like, that is exactly what I would want, right? And we've said it before. In fact, I think we literally said it yesterday. If you kept Chloe alive, in my canon, my head canon, they're together, right? There's no changing that until the game actually changes it, but there's no changing it in my head. So in my head, they're still together. Max is away for a year or two, whatever, and they keep in constant contact, right? They talk a lot. And didn't I say that? Phone calls, Zoom calls, so like video stuff where you would actually see her. And then in this, she would appear in person at the end. Like, that would be honestly picture perfect. Like, that almost gets me emotional thinking about it, because I struggle to say. I want to say it, so maybe I will. That's what they should do. I know saying things like that's a little controversial because you're putting that on them, but ultimately that's what I really truly want until they change things. And like, it goes back to that simple point. If you choose to save Chloe, and if that's bare bones, they tell you in the beginning of this game, like, choose what happened in Life is Strange 1. If you choose to save Chloe, I really will struggle to accept the reality that they broke up. I mean, do people break up? Yes. Do you meet somebody in high school and you're not together 10 years? Yes. But sometimes I know somebody actually that got together in like 11th grade, and it's been 10 years now since senior year. They've been together like 11 years and they're together. So, does it happen often? No. But this is like a 1 in a million situation. Truly. And also it's a video game, right? So it's like these two were meant for each other. The whole basis of Life is Strange 1 was off of these two. Is it crazy to believe they'd be together after 10 years? No, I don't think so. Like, it would beat the odds because most wouldn't, but that's what I would want. So that first one, is definitely something that, and again, like, that's also why, is it an actual leak? Is it actually true? Because if you're rooting for them and you just want to create some sort of fan fiction, you want to put on 4chan, you would write that. You know what I mean? Okay, it's kind of a joke in the terms of the fan fiction, but if you're making something just at the top of your head and you're saying, okay, well, what could they do, if they're really honoring the Chloe Max thing, that's what you would write. That's literally what your write-up would be, and that's what you would want them to do in the game. So again, is it a leak, or is it just what that person wants, which is exactly what I want as well. So we're kind of made for each other. But yeah, you let me know what you think in the comments. It'll be a discussion, I think, until the day that game comes out, and then we'll have our answers. But let me know what you think. Make sure, as always, you're subscribed to the channel, bell icon turned on. I hope to see you all on the next one.